Hello, I am Kodili-nye, the son of the wonderful. Welcome back to another brand new edition of Street Vlogging, where we do discussion series, and this time around the Nemesis, walking deep in Rivers State, Nigeria. Nemesis overload in Rivers State, Nigeria. And our people believe there is always nemesis for crimes being committed. And whenever the nemesis catch up with the perpetrators of this crime, sometimes people will be sympathetic to them, but the nemesis has to come to those who are involved in that. And for those who are joining us, I wish to welcome you. And wherever you're joining us, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on your geographical location and your time zone. Remember that you need to like this so that you will make this video to go viral. And always remember to drop your comments, because your comments and your opinions are respected and very, very valid. We here we do harvest opinions, so your opinion very important to this channel. And remember to share and also subscribe. And I am soon Kodili-nye, the son of wonderful, and always bringing this to you, very, very fresh. And here we don't mince words concerning things happening in Nigeria. You might recall in the last election in Nigeria, you had what happened in Rivers State. And one man was talking about his structure and all those things, and how the people were bamboozled. The two gladiators in Rivers State, you know them all. I don't need to mention their names, but you know them. One is a sitting governor, one is the ex-governor. All these people contributed to that structure of criminality, structure of evil, election rigging, and manipulation of people's mandates. And the poor man that was a victim of this crime, heinous crime, Peterobi, as his character, he did not come there fighting. He said he left everything. And the perpetrators of crime was celebrating. I could remember one of them, the chief protagonist of this, was celebrating, dancing. At a point, he was even confessing that, Peterobi won the election. He won the election, but the structure, we still have the structure. So even the person he did that for came and congratulated him and gave him a mighty post. And after this heinous crime they committed, what happened is that, as you normally do, as now so, and like we normally say in Nigeria, that nemesis normally come fighting back. And suddenly, some few weeks or few months after this celebration of this heinous crime of election rigging and manipulation, the two protagonists and their supporters started fighting one another. So that's the war continued, the melee and all those things. And some people were sympathetic to some, the other one, even the governor, they were sympathetic. But some of those people failed to realize that when Nemesis come, it must come to those who are perpetrators of these things. So since that time, Rivers State has not known any peace, because they have committed so much in Rivers State. People's mandate, people were completely mesmerized. People want a person they voted for. Suddenly somebody stole their mandate. and was celebrating it. Instead of calling a crime, nobody was calling a crime in Nigeria anymore. Remember, the judiciary that's supposed to do justice to the common man is nowhere to be found. Are we talking about the police? And you saw what was happening. The police, everyone has been compromised. So nobody is speaking about these things. That evil will destroy any nation that continuously celebrate evil. But remember, every worse has its own reward. And they have not known peace because Nemesis normally caught with the perpetrators of crime. So the Rivers people are still suffering. There is no government going on because the perpetrators of crime were fighting one another. They all fighting one another. So that's a lesson for all of us. For using what has happened in River State as a typical example. Remember, before River State, in the days of Peterobi as governor of Anambra State, the same thing happened in Anambra State, Nigeria, where some perpetrators of evil started fighting one another. Eventually, the owner of the crown was able to recover his crown. So I do believe that River State, one day, election results will be respected. And anybody that come out in that state that actually is very popular and people want him to be there, a good person will eventually come to be the governor or be one of those people in River State government. Because you look at River State, it's strategically located near to Abia State, near to most of these key states. But because of this element of criminality, criminal establishment of structure, that state has never actually used even up to 5% of the wealth in that state. This is a picture of what Nigeria has become. River State is supposed to be a Dubai of Nigeria. But unfortunately, our homeland in River State is not experiencing these things. What people are celebrating is just a drop in the ocean compared to what those messengers or cabals, criminal cabals, are cutting away from that state. They're basically using people, giving them arms to commit heinous crimes. So they don't bother about the future of these children. Most of the time, they try as much as to raise them as militants, using them to terrorize people. They raise them as political thugs. But none of them are using their own children for this things. And unfortunately, Nigeria has been, brought down to the lowest standard. That's one of the problems we are facing. And I wish that one day that rivers will rise again. That the rivers will rise to sweep away those cabals and the political snakes that is roaming about in that state and in the rest of Nigeria. So that's why we are here to talk about that the Nemesis has appeared and the perpetrators of these things are battling themselves. So do not sympathize with them, because when they plotted to commit evil, they did not consider the consequences of what they are doing. So do not sympathize with them. Some of the people who are sympathizing, you sympathize to leave this person to govern, leave this person this, you should have helped this person because he helped you. Let me tell you, don't involve yourself in this their game. These are men and women of darkness who has completely taken over the helm of government in River State and in Nigeria. They don't have sympathy for the people. They don't even have the fear of God. They don't bother what happens. They don't care. They don't think about that there will be consequences of this evil they are perpetuating. A great man says that evil men do lives after them, but it's not going to live after them. It has started already, because what they did, they murdered sleep on the last election, basically. So now they are hashing the ground for more of this type of behavior, which cannot be tolerated anywhere or except in Nigeria. That's where in Nigeria you hear sort of nonsense. So I do believe that one day things will turn around. I do believe things will change for good. Good men and good women will rise to be in the leadership of River State, in Nigeria, and many other places. That's very, very important, because as they say, when the righteous are in power, people rejoice. But when the evil men and women, people cry. There is sadness, there is wailing, there is crisis, there is confusion. That's what you are seeing. They hash confusion, they hash a lot of misery, they hash a lot of things. Let me explain to you that River State is suffering not because of any other thing, but because it's being captured by hooligans, evil men and women who doesn't bother about anybody. They don't care for you, so don't have that sympathy for them, because they don't bother. Because if they care for you, they should allow election to be held and people to vote and be voted for. But they don't want that, because they know that they cannot win elections unless they involve themselves in these evil crimes. So that's what we are here to talk about. I want to know your opinion about this. Do you think what is happening in Rivers is Nemesis? What is your opinion? I want you to share your own opinion, and by sharing your own opinion, you will also help to eradicate and cleansing our homeland from these men and women of bad morals, who doesn't think about future or even think about the goodness of the people. So please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I am still Kodili-nye, the son of wonderful. Have a wonderful time wherever you are, and God bless you. See you in the next one. Bye.